Hey, Zara Bakochi Herriot here, and I'm the creator of the Recruitment Entrepreneur's Business Blueprint. I have got 28 years worth of experience in sales, 18 years as a recruitment consultant, 8 years as a recruitment business owner, and on top of that, I'm mommy and have been mommy for 9.5 years to three beautiful children. And I mention that because I understand that we all have time constraints, and even if you're not a parent, we've all got lives. So I thought I would do in preparation actually for the next Recruitment Entrepreneurs Business Blueprint, which launches. It starts on Monday, the 14th of October, and doors open this Sunday, Sunday, the 6th of October, to register to be a part of that course. And in preparation for that, I thought it would be great to answer some of the questions that I get asked all the time. I did a lot of research for this course, and it's something that came up quite often when I was doing the research. And again, it's still something that I get asked now. So I thought I'll do a free video series for you over the course of the next 3 days, and I will try and answer some of those questions for you because I really think that these are some of the things that make the difference between whether someone takes that step and takes action to get their business set up and thriving, or whether it's something that they perhaps put off till next year or maybe some point in the future. And what I want to be able to do is give you the mindset, the skills and the tools to be able to actually take action, get your business set up, avoid all the traps that I fell into, and get your business producing six figures in your first 12 months. So, one of the most common questions that I get asked is about finances. Now, people will say to me, Zara, just how much do I need to get the business set up? The first thing I would say is, look, I remember setting up our recruitment business and we had 6 months worth of savings. Now, when we started the business, the plan was that my husband, who was working at the same company, we actually met at our previous employer, he was going to carry on for another 6 months, so that we would keep the cash coming in. And I had got 6 months worth of savings, which is what I was going to use to get everything launched and set up. Now, what actually happened, contrary to the plan, was that a week later, my husband handed in his notice and was sat right next to me getting the business set up with me. Now, bear in mind, this was in 2011. So the country was still reeling in the effects of the recession. I think the recession had officially finished the year before or a few quarters before. But I mean, if you were a recruitment consultant back then, it really didn't feel that different. It was a good old tough slog. So we were still in the midst of, the economy not feeling great, and we'd got 6 months worth of savings. And by the way, that 6 months was due to run out at Christmas time. So we really had to make the business work, and we did. We actually took the business from 0 to 6 figures in our first 12 months. So my answer to this question, what do you need in terms of finances to get yourself set up and your business launched and have some solid foundations for success, because that's what we want. We don't just want to set the business up. We want to get it growing. We want to get it thriving. We want it to be profitable for you as quickly as possible. So what you need is you need to do your research on what you actually need, not what you think you need, but what you actually need in terms of setup costs. And then on top of that, you need to have 6 months worth of savings as a minimum to get your business set up and launched, so that you can pay for all your outgoings, your mortgage, your rent, your electricity, your phone bill, whatever it is. All of that is taken care of, and include in that 6 months worth of savings some cash to just live and enjoy yourself, because you're going to be working hard enough as it is getting your business set up. So you've got to have a little bit of time, to a little bit of cash to be able to enjoy yourself as well. So that's the first thing I would say. Work out your costs to get the business set up, and then make sure you've got 6 months, good 6 months worth of savings to be able to get launched comfortably, paying your outgoings as you go. The next thing, in terms of the finances that I get asked, is from consultants who come from a temp background. Now, I call it temp because that's the way I was trained, and I was a temp consultant. I still am. I do temp and perm. But the question I get asked from temp, you might call it freelance or contract consultants, is To be able to offer that solution to my clients, to be able to offer a freelance solution, have I just got to have an enormous amount of cash in my bank, or have I got to get a massive loan from somewhere or an investor? And the answer to that question is no. Now, if you're working for someone else, you would well, I'm assuming you would never know it. No, nobody really that I've spoken to knows about this. And I only found it out from research, and just because I'm a bit stubborn, really. And I was thinking, well, I can see people who've set up, and I'm fairly sure they haven't got millions in the bank to be able to payroll a temp. And so I just did some good old research. So I'm trying to save you the time of having to do that, because we want you producing nice and quick. So there's this wonderful thing out there called a factoring company. Now, factoring companies will take all of your back office processes from you in terms of temp or contract freelance recruitment. So how this works is your temp will fill in their timesheet for the hours that they've worked that week. Let's say they're on a week by week basis and they get paid weekly. Then their timesheet gets sent automatically through electronically to their line manager to get signed. And once that's been authorised, signed, digitally signed, it all goes back to the factoring company. And what they will do is they will pay your temp for you, they will invoice your client for you, and they will send you a payment for your margin. Now, if you've got this set up weekly, that means you get cash in your bank account every single week. So your cash flow can start coming through really quickly. And the other benefit of this, of course, is that they take all the back office side off you. So the payrolling side, the invoicing, the credit control, because what they then do is they do the credit control with the client. So they get the invoices sent out, of course, but then they also chase those invoices for payment until the money comes through. And when the money comes through, of course, all of that money then goes to the factoring company. You've had your margin, the tempers had their margin or their wages, sorry. So they have everything come back to them. Now, of course, there is a cost for this, and you need to make sure that you choose the best option for you, but typically they send through to you on a week by week basis anywhere between 95 and 100% of your margin. So you get a good chunk of cash in your bank account every week, and you don't need to have all of that cash there to be able to get your temps paid. It's all done for you. Now, in the course, I actually go through some great tips in terms of getting the very best out of your factoring company. If you're not going to do the course and you're just going to use these videos, please just make sure that you research your factoring companies and that you get the best option, the very best option for you. Don't be afraid to negotiate with them, because you'll be surprised what you can get. And that's what I would say in terms of your freelance option. Just use a factoring company. Now, if you're a permanent consultant and you want to offer a permanent solution to your clients, or if it's just that permanent is an option that you're going to include in your service as well as the temp side, the contract side, then I've got something great for you. It's a process that we have followed in our company since we were set up, and it's actually a process that I learnt off my dad, and my dad had his own business for, well, my whole life. So it's something he taught me that I brought through then into our recruitment business, and it's brilliant. It's been brilliant for us. It's something that's really straightforward. It's a step-by-step process to follow to get those invoices paid on time, and it's worked for us. So our payment terms are 14 days. And some of those invoices on the permanent side are pretty hefty, but I would say between 90 to 95% of our invoices on the permanent side all get paid on time, and the remaining 5 or 10% get paid somewhere between 7 to 14 days later. So mostly we get our permanent invoices all paid within 30 days, and most of them, as I say, in the first 14. So as a business and as a small business, it's a great thing to know that you can get those permanent invoices, the big chunky bits of cash, into your account relatively quickly. And I'm really happy to share that process with you. In fact, I actually put a link to it on LinkedIn a couple of weeks ago. So if you didn't see that or you haven't got it, let me know and I will be happy to share that with you. It's a great way to get your permanent cash in as quickly as you can. In my opinion, it's something that's worked for us, and I'm happy to share it with you, and hopefully it's something that will work for you as well, especially because it's a simple straightforward process, and it's really not very time consuming at all. So let me know if you want to have the process that we follow and give it a go yourself in your own company. So, in my opinion, and based on my experience, those are the things that I think you need to do, the things you need to consider in terms of your finances for getting your business, your own recruitment business set up and running. And I'll recap those for you. So, number one is do your research properly. So make sure that the costs that you're putting together in your business plan are the costs of things that you actually need, not the things that you think you need. So do your research, make sure you're getting the products that are right for you and your company at the right price for you as well, and have that money set aside and ready for you so that as you launch, as you decide to actually take that first step to getting your business set up, that money's there for you to be able to use to do that. The second thing is your savings. So I know from when we did it, we managed to do it with 6 months worth of savings. You might do it quicker, you might take longer to do it, but I would say you need an absolute minimum of 6 months worth of savings so that you can be comfortably paying your electricity, your water, your rent, your mortgage, whatever it is, for at least 6 months without that pressure of needing to instantly produce. And I'd include in that the cost of just, enjoying yourself as well, because it's going to be hard work. There's no two ways about it in that first 6 months, in your first year, getting yourself set up. And we're all human and we've all got to be able to just kick back and relax a little bit every now and again. So make sure you're including that in your costings, just being able to go out and live a little because life is short. The third thing I would say is if you're worrying about needing to save millions to have in your bank, that to be able to payroll temps, if the temp or freelance contract solution is what you want to offer to your clients, that you don't need to go and get a loan or an investor or save all that cash. By all means do that if you want to do it, but in my opinion a nice straightforward process is to use a factoring company. They'll do everything for you, as I've already mentioned, and you don't have to have saved all that cash in your account first, which could probably take years. And then the last thing is, if you're going to offer a permanent solution, make sure that you've got a process that you can follow that's really straightforward, really simple to get your permanent invoices in on time, because that's great. Those are some nice big chunky bits of fees that can come straight into your bank account, and then you can reinvest and do with it what you want to grow your business and get it really thriving and profitable for you. So now tomorrow I'm going to be sharing the answer to another question I get asked quite a lot, which is just, where do I start, Zara? I really want to get my business set up, but it's quite overwhelming if I look out there at everything I've got to consider. So just where would you suggest starting? So I'm going to give you 5 things that I think you need to start looking at to get the ball rolling, to start taking action, to getting your business set up and launched. And I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you tomorrow. So stay tuned, watch out for the video tomorrow. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to email me. You can email me at zara@vincitoretraining.co.uk. You can check us out on our Facebook page, which again is Vincitore Training, or please feel free to contact me on LinkedIn, Zara Bakochi Herriotts, Instagram, Zara Bakochi Herriotts. You'll find me pretty much everywhere. So please reach out if you've got a question, and I will be happy to answer it as best as I can. So until tomorrow, I'll look forward to seeing you then. Have a great day. Speak to you then. Bye.